What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? And welcome to this week's Saturday Night's Main Event recap, man. It is officially John Cena's farewell show. It is his last show of his career that he will be at least wrestling at in the WWE. But hey, in today's video, we are breaking everything that you need to know down in today's Saturday Night's Main Event. But as always, before we get anywhere into any video, be sure to help your boy out by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Go follow those socials. Links to those will be in the description of this video. That includes my Instagram account, my X account. Don't forget to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, now let's get you guys straight into today's Saturday Night's Main Event recap. Alright, so we kick off the show with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi, who is the NXT champion, obviously over on NXT. This match overall, I think, was very freaking good. I love this match, but one thing I did not like was the ending, and we'll get to that in a few moments, but let's talk about this match here. So this match really definitely had, it was really a way to show Obafemi's great strength and brute force, man. We saw Obafemi make Cody bleed. We saw a lot of moves where Obafemi just, lifting up Cody Rhodes for like a spine buster or powerbomb. We saw a lot of that, so really this match really was trying to showcase Obafemi's great strength, which was great. I think it was very awesome in the way that they did approach that, and like I said, we even saw blood drawn from Cody by Obafemi, because we would see Obafemi kind of like a corkscrew type of like spinning elbow type of thing, I guess, if you want to call it. It's at least what it looked like towards Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes was leaning up against the announce table, which made Cody bleed. Overall, clean ass move. I freaking liked it, but it would make Cody bleed, so I think that was pretty cool. But now let's get to the ending there. So we would get to the ending, and we would see Drew McIntyre. He would interfere. He would attack Cody. Obafemi would not like that. He would take McIntyre off of Cody. He would be like, what are you doing? This is my thing. And then pretty much he shoves down McIntyre because McIntyre was kind of pointing his finger on his chest. So Oba would shove him down. Then Cody would get back up and he would deliver a Cody cutter to Drew McIntyre, which would allow Obafemi to deliver his move to Drew McIntyre as well. So one thing to take away from this is we could possibly see a tag team between Cody and Oba versus McIntyre and whoever he is, going to tag up with. And I only say that just because like I said, we did see a little bit of teamwork from Oba and Drew and Cody at the end there. So it's possible, but I mean, I'm gonna keep that very unlikely, but I would still consider it possible. But overall, I think the overall match was great. I really like this match. I would like to see this again, actually, with no interference, of course. But one thing that obviously I did not like I mentioned, was the interference of Drew. I get why you want to keep building for Cody and Drew. I get it 100%. But I think for this match, I would have much rather just a clean Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes. Like I said, hopefully we do get that in the future, man. But overall, this match right here, absolute freaking banger for the most part. All right, now we would jump into Bayley versus Sol Ruca in what was yet another really, really good match in my opinion, man. Really like this match. Really great stuff from Sol Ruca. Obviously here, in my opinion, Sol Ruca is an absolute standout, is the standout in this match. I really personally just don't care for Bayley in general, but man, Sol Ruca definitely a standout here in this match, as she should be. One of my favorite, or two of my favorite moments from this match is, well, one, we would see Sol Ruca, she'd be on the top rope, and then obviously Bayley is standing in the ring, and Sol Ruca would kind of do like this cartwheel off one of the ropes, and then go into a DDT on Bayley, which was a really freaking like unique and really freaking cool looking move. I actually really like that. And then she does her signature Soul Snatcher later on in the match, which was freaking awesome as well, man. Looked absolutely insane. But overall, really good match in my opinion. I will say not the best match that I've seen personally from Sol Ruca, but I can't really speak too much because I have only seen 3 matches. I believe it's only 3 matches that Sol Ruca has actually been in. But my favorite match that she has been in is I believe it was her at Battleground this year, and I believe the other girl's name was Kalani Jordan. I think that's who it was. I keep forgetting, but I think that's who it was. But that was definitely the best match that I've seen personally from Sol. But this match, it was still very freaking good. But yeah, we would get to the end. We would see the Soul Snatcher on Bayley from Sol Ruca. That would Bayley would be laid out. Sol Ruca trying to go for the pin. Bayley would roll Sol Ruca up 1-2. Bayley does not get the 3, and then we would see Sol Ruca reverse that. She would get her own roll up on Bayley. 1-2-3. Match is over. So Sol Ruca does win this one, which I did predict Bayley to win this one only because I just thought of of because it was a WWE, it was a main roster superstar versus NXT superstar. I just figured the main roster superstar would win, but that's not actually what we saw here. And I'm actually glad. I actually do prefer Sol Ruca to win this one, and she did, so that's freaking awesome. So we got a good match, and we got a great winner in my opinion as well. So this match overall, just a banger all the way around in my opinion here. All right, next up, we would jump into AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater. This match just absolutely amazing as well, man. Just 3 back-to-back really freaking solid matches, man. So this match, as you can expect, was a high-flying match, man. Great stuff from specifically everybody, but in specifically Javon Evans and Leon Slater, man. And honestly, specifically Leon Slater. Yes, I like Javon Evans, but man, there's one thing that Leon Slater did that really was okay, what the flip? So quite literally, what the flip? No pun intended, but overall great high flying match. So at the start of the match, we would see a nice little flip over the post of the ring from Leon Slater to the outside onto, I believe, was Dragon Lee, which was a very nice move. But what I'm talking about, and specifically about Leon Slater, is at one point in the match, he goes up to the top and he does a swanton. And keep in mind, a swanton bomb is it's one of the slower types of flips in my opinion. It looks slower. It's still, you're still falling. It's still a person falling out of the sky, so it still has some pace to it. But it's definitely one of the slower flips. And the thing that really blows me away is that he goes into that swanton bomb technique. He does that, but then he immediately switches to a 450. A 450, you're spinning pretty freaking fast. So he switches from a slower pace to a really fast pace of flip, pretty much like that, man, in the snap of a finger. It was really freaking cool, man. And he landed the move too, so it was even freaking better. So overall, I think that was the standout move of the match in my opinion. But we would get to the end of the match where we would see Leon Slater. He would go to the top rope, but he would jump off and get caught by AJ Styles. AJ Styles would drop him into a powerbomb, pick him back up, Styles clash, roll him up, 1, 2, 3, match is over. So AJ Styles and Leon and Dragon Lee are still your champions. They do win this match, but I think everybody honestly won here, man. Just overall great stuff from everybody here. Like I said, I think everybody won, man. I would really like to see this match again, and honestly, there's matches that I would like to see from Leon Slater and Javon Evans versus other teams as well after seeing what they could do tonight. There's a lot of dream matches that I kind of have now from just that specific team after only seeing this match. So cannot wait to see more of Leon Slater and Javon Evans. Absolute great stuff tonight, man. Just really freaking great stuff. All right, so now we would jump into a very short and just funny segment. Really not super anything. It really didn't have any meaning. It's not going to turn into anything. It's just really there for the comedy and fun of it. So we see The Miz, and The Miz pretty much just is complaining about the Last Time Is Now tournament, saying that we should not be focusing on the new. We should be focusing on the man who had a spot with John Cena in a WrestleMania main event. Obviously, that being him. Instead, we shouldn't be focusing on the up and coming talent. Then we would see R-Truth come out and he would say that we all know that you did something inappropriate with Nick Aldis's balls. Obviously referencing what he did on SmackDown when The Miz inserted himself twice into the Last Time Is Now tournament. That's what he meant by that. Okay, do not take that out of the pocket. But yes, and then we would see R-Truth raise up the entry that obviously The Miz took away, because obviously that's how The Miz got in. He would take out an entry and put his there, and that entry would have been Joe Hendry. So he gives it to R-Truth, hands it over to The Miz, and The Miz reads it, and you could see it on the screen even though it's not directly facing you. It says Joe Hendry, then The Miz says Joe Hendry, and then you hear it say his name and he appears. There he is, Joe Hendry, and then we just see a gang up by R-Truth and Joe Hendry on The Miz. They do some paying respects to John Cena and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all you gotta know there. It was really just pretty much there for the fun, the comedy. I actually enjoy this short little comedy segment. I think it was pretty cool. The line from R-Truth was really funny, but I think it was honestly cool. We got to see Joe Hendry, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's really all you gotta know there. All right, everybody, and just like that, it does come to an end, man. John Cena's final match. It has come and it has gone, man. So let's jump into it, man. So we jump in. Yep, John Cena versus Gunther. Last time, Saturday night's main event. Man, this match really ended tragically. And I think I can speak on the entire WWE universe when I say that, honestly. So I mean, for most of this match, it was really Gunther with all the offense, man. You know, John does get some offense here and there. He does actually get some Super Cena moments, which is cool to have in his final match, so I do give WWE props to that. Some of those moments were, well, attitude adjustments, just kind of out of the, out of nowhere type of thing, John Cena getting his, getting that feeling of, adrenaline, that's what I kind of mean by Super Cena. But we'd also see, like, attitude adjustments off the top rope. I believe we saw one of those, which was pretty cool. We even saw an attitude adjustment to Gunther through the announcer's table on top of some steel steps on the outside of the ring, of course, which is very awesome as well. I do like that. So there was some cool moments in there to have John Cena and do all these Super Cena, the final Super Cena moments. But then we would get to the end, man, and for the last 5 minutes of this match, it's really just tons of sleeper holds. That's really all this match was towards the end. For like I said, the last 5 minutes for the match, it was pretty much just sleeper holds, man, from Gunther. It was pretty cool though. In one of the sleeper holds that I don't even know how many Gunther actually put on Cena. I mean, it was a lot. But then during one of them, John Cena would, they'd raise his hand, he'd go down, they'd raise his hand again. But on the third time, obviously he gets that power boost. But when he raises his hand, he gives his signature, little thing that when he raises up his hand, which I think was pretty cool. But in the end, it does happen. What everybody didn't want to happen, what I myself included really didn't want to happen, but kind of what I already knew was going to happen. Gunther does tap out John Cena, man. John Cena does go down as tapping out, man. He taps out to Gunther, and it's over. John Cena's legacy. Well, I mean, his legacy is gonna live on forever, but his career, it's done. It's come to an end, and it is officially over, man. Gunther does win, and obviously the fans in the stadium absolutely pissed. You can hear it. They're saying fuck you Gunther chants. But obviously, as you can expect, at the end of the match, in the post match, all the superstars, they are going to come out. So everybody comes out, man. We even had people like Kevin Owens, RVD, Mark Henry, Trish Stratus, Sami Zayn was even there, which was very cool. But yeah, all the superstars, they come out, they surround the ring, and we get some very wholesome moments, man. So one of those moments was we see CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. They give their belts to John Cena, and he holds them and he raises them up in all around the ring for the fans to see, for the fans to appreciate, for the fans to acknowledge, and for John Cena to get that one last feeling with those titles in the ring before he obviously gets his final send off. And then one of the other moments that we would also see, which is very freaking funny to me in my opinion, but we do see a moment where obviously John Cena and Triple H, they do interact, and people are booing, man, not because of John Cena, but obviously because of the booking decision here. They're booing, and everybody knows that. Obviously, they're not going to, the superstars, they're not going to, try to acknowledge that on camera because that's booing WWE booking decision. WWE is not obviously going to want to acknowledge that, of course, I mean, obviously they know people are going to be pissed, but they're not going to visually, you're not going to visually see them acknowledge that on TV, but, you can definitely see it, and WWE, the fans obviously chanting, just booing when Triple H is even on the screen. So, obviously WWE fans just pissed. I am pretty pissed myself too, man. I really did not like how this ended. Not really just because Gunther won, but just the way Cena went out, man. I don't think he should have tapped out here, especially not the way he did with the last 5 minutes literally just being sleepers. Did not like that whatsoever. It was really annoying. But man, that was it. John Cena would take off his shoes, leave him in the middle ring, take off the armbands, the wristbands, all that stuff, leave it right in the middle of the ring. He would walk down that entrance. He'd give that final send off, and it is over. Walks out, and the show has come to an end. John Cena's career is over, man. But the legacy will always live on. You Can't See Me will always still be a presence from now for many decades to come, man. There's just no doubt in my mind that, we're going to always see a presence of John Cena in the WWE. Obviously, John Cena can still come back for appearances, but will he come back and have a match? Most likely not. Obviously, I really don't think he's going to be like The Undertaker in this scenario. He's actually done with in-ring wrestling, but he will be there for actual appearances just to, hang out, get a little celebrity type of appearance type of thing going on that we usually see. But, that's really all you can expect from John Cena going forward in the WWE. But yeah, man, the career of John Cena has come to an end. Gunther does defeat Cena. Like I said, that match, It's got its ups and downs, man. It's got its ups, it's got its downs. The ups being we got to see some Super Cena moments, we got to see some full circle moments, we got to see some wholesome moments, but the downsides, the way the match ended, man. Really nobody wanted that whatsoever, and it's very unfortunate the way Cena went out. But you know, at the end of the day, we did get some pretty cool moments after that. So overall, that's really all you got to know here. And one final, "You Can't See Me" from John Cena has officially come to an end. Alright, so yes, that is it for this week's Saturday night's main event recap. As always, I do hope you guys did enjoy. Be sure to leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Go follow the socials. Links to those will be in the description of this video. That includes my Instagram account, my X account. If you made it this far into the video, be sure to drop just a short tribute to John Cena down in the comments. Whatever you have to say to John Cena, whatever you want to say, if you could see him in person, whatever you would want to say to him, ask to him, drop it in the comments below. It helps me know who actually watches my videos, and it gives a tribute to the greatest of all time, John Cena. But without further ado, y'all, we're gonna get it one last "You Can't See Me" send off. John Cena's career is over, and I will catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.